he rests in peace. How relevant you are 56 years ago today. And he spoke on that day in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, and reminded us that Africa had to unite. If today I were to write a letter to our founding fathers who died several years ago, this is how the letter would read. I would not name all of them, but I would name the following. I would say, Dear Kwame Nkrumah, dear Kambarage Nyerere, dear Patrice Emery Lumumba, dear Modibo Keita, dear Metseko Kure, dear Thomas Sankara, dear Nelson Olisasa Mandela. We are gathered here today in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, on this 25th day of May 2019. And we are pretending to be discussing a new subject, but we are not. In fact, my dear fathers, we are discussing something that you discussed 56 years ago. And we are now recognizing that you warned us that if we did not unite, we will be conquered again. I am sadly reporting to you that we are being conquered again. We are being conquered again in the manner that you feared, and I'm now telling you that this time around our conquest is a little more certain. I am telling you, sadly, for that now, although in 1961 you had created the University of Ghana at Legon, and you had also created the University of Science and Technology, in many African universities we are now accommodating Confucius institutes. So therefore, we do not know what they are going to teach there in 100 years' time. But for the moment, they tell us in the aid and that they like us. But so therefore, I agree with you, there is no free lunch. We are also sitting here today in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, the home of your brother, Julius Kambarage Nyerere. And we also are reminding ourselves that Nyerere came up with a philosophy called Vijama, which was self-reliance. We can now tell you that in substance, Mwalimu was right. But unfortunately, we are still importing things from Europe. We now have mobile phones, which you did not have when you were alive. But unfortunately, Mwalimu, those mobile phones, none of them is made in Africa. Last week, we saw an attempt by somebody to claim that one was made in Rwanda. But I suspect it was only assembled in Rwanda. Mwalimu, we are trying. I can now also confirm to you that we have many political parties. Just as you fear to say, in Congo, there are 233. But Congo is not at peace. In Tanzania, they don't have very many, but I can assure you, CCN is still doing very well. But Tanzania is the exception rather than the rule. After every election, Mwalimu, we fight. In Kenya, we did it. Then we shake hands, then we fight, then we shake them again. We are in the business of shaking hands. In Central Africa, we are fighting. Our young men and women are drowning in the Mediterranean Sea. We now know you are right. And therefore, going forward, we are today taking a solemn vow that each one of us will use the resources at our disposal, and that we are going, as a product of this conference, to send a paper which will emanate out of Julius Kambarage Festival, which paper will be sent to the African Union. And that paper will tell the African Union that there is a sense of urgency. And it will not stop there. That paper will also be sent to all the 55 African heads of state, reminding them that there is need for Africa to trade with ourselves, that there is need for Africa to travel on one visa, that there is need for Africa to have one currency, that there is need for Africa to define ourselves. And so therefore, I remind you, I remember during your lifetime, you hosted both Malcolm X and Martin Luther King Jr. And I am reminded that at one time he was asking his people in the United States of America how long it would take to unite Africa. We are now telling you that it's not too long. It is not going to be long because young men and women are now telling us that we unite or we perish. So therefore, Mwalimu Seko, I would have written a longer letter, but I can now see that my audience wants to go for lunch. Permit me therefore to stop here in the knowledge that Pan-Africanism is alive and well, and Africa will realize our potential even if it takes 100 years. God bless you.
This requires some plain speaking.
It's cheese workers.
Okay, wait now, okay, wait. Okay, wait. Okay, wait, yeah, okay, wait.
It's getting mate.
She put it on radio. Yeah, boy, no, not do. Yeah, I'm glad I'm going to put it on what it was. Okay, wait now, okay, wait. Just give me away. He's a boy and get away. You can love you get away. It's you. This one is the biggest. So get away down, so get away. There's a new way I don't know what I'm doing. Capable of coming from you.
Well, folks, good evening and welcome to today's edition on the RiverSde Talk, the Tri River platform. I want to say welcome to all of you. It is a beautiful day here again. And today being the 30th of July. July is almost gone. And we have gone 7 months already into 2026, left with 5 months here to 2027. Well, I want to say welcome to all of you here tonight. It's another fascinating topic here tonight. And I hope that all of you will sit or follow, join us. Let's have this conversation here tonight. It's indeed a privilege to be here. Liberia, very, very interesting country. That small country, eh? Our country is very, very interesting. We will dive into some discussion here tonight, and hopefully we all get to dissect. Something I've been talking about all through. And as of, I think this was Tuesday, my concern and my concern was brought to limelight. And what all I've been saying, it was true. We'll talk about it, but before then, let's listen to this music and let's get settled in here, and then we will dive straight into tonight's discussion. Let's listen.
Iron Lady Records, sweet sound. I come to tell mama, ya no see, no way I can meet that. Eh, me gane na uka yenda babo, na una don't yam, na una don't yam, na una don't yam, mekane na unka wo mama bokwa, na una don't yam. Puno wama banu koma kale gubia, para kada wa boya gubia wa, na una don't yam, para kada sokwa, na una don't yam. Wala monsenyo, wala monsen talo gubia babane. Ekwara mosi akpendo gwe babe mama mekane na une don yam na une don yam na une don yam meka yene yaka ka gwe baba we ni ba we to no gwe baba da ye bebe don ye dole hala de da banga ko te pe baba kasi kwen wodie kama na une don yam ne ka kwa kwen wo ya do ngobe na une don yam kwa ka ta kwen si ya wo ngobe mama na une don tabone na une don yam e wara masanyo Zole te mwa kwa kapa pabo Yego pepe yego dole pole dia Daku zole yego mababo.
Well, once again, welcome here tonight, folks. Welcome again to this edition of the RiverSde Talk. We are seated right here on the Tri-River platform. I want to say thank you to all of you and those of you that will come across this video. Always follow Tri-River and like our page. Let's share and grow this platform together. Well, over the past time, I've been talking about something, and it has to do with the security of Liberia. They have to do with the security of Liberia, and I'm coming. It has to do with the security of Liberia. And something that actually it's not what we should be talking about right now when it comes to Liberia. It's not something that we should be talking about right now. But before then, let's take this news. It says the Liberia Telecommunication Authority says it has restored the country's financial standing with the African Telecommunication Union after securing a waiver of legacy arrears totaling US $361,151.36 accumulated between 1982 to 2000. The following went down. It says the LTA said the waiver was achieved during the 7th ordinary section of the ATU Conference of Plenipotentiary held in Abuja, Nigeria from July 22nd to the 25th, 2026, where Liberia settled its current obligations. So in short, Liberia was holding the telecommunication organization, the African Telecommunication Union. Liberia was holding them at over 361,000 plus. And then according to them, from the conference that just held, that was held from the 22nd to the 25th, Liberia was able to settle that area. So which means Liberia is not holding anymore. So which means Liberia not the owe again. This was from OKFM. Liberia now owing ATU Not your library ATU. Go on say ATU. You're thinking about normal day. Pape Gange Dagbana ATU. Not our group we're talking about. We're talking about different ATU. So now the CDC USA is having a comeback, and then Josh Weah spoke about it. And now this news outlet is saying that Josh Weah said CDC is coming back to power. And then the quote here said, I speak these words as your political leader. I speak them as your brother, as your servant, and as a man whose heart has never once left this moment. I say this to you with humility, with resolve, with the full weight of everything we have built together, hand in hand, chapter by chapter, sacrifice by sacrifice. Today, I declare that I will be a candidate for the presidency of the Republic of Liberia in 2029 with your support, your blessings, and your mandate of the Congress for Democratic Change. I take this declaration. All right, I'll hold it right there. So this is not no more secret. It is all over on the social media platform. Former President George Manuel Weah is saying he's coming back to power. He will contest in 2029. That's what he said. And that drew my attention to his statement back when he said he's not contesting for any elected office. Now, what I can say, don't trust politicians. The man said he's not contesting. Now he's saying he's coming back 2029, he will be on the ballot. So which one we should trust now? We got that confusion right there. You're confusing the Liberian people. And I will ask my man Harrison Bob. I got a man at sedition. He kind of explain to us what's the difference, the connection with those statements. George Weah stood among public and said he was not contesting in 2029. But now he's saying point blank he's contesting 2029. Okay. We'll see. We will see whether the man coming back to power for sure or he's not coming back. We'll see that one. But what I was talking about earlier is that, you know, I've been talking about this. Welcome to the show, P.
Thank you.
Over the past, I've been talking about the issue of our port of entry, whether be it lane, airport, seaport. So I came across a video that was doing the Senate hearing from the joint security about this whole drug saga in Liberia. And in that conversation, Nema County Senator Sian Twayen asked a question as it relates to the airport. Folks, can you believe now exactly what I have been saying is the same thing that the same crisis that Liberia continue to face? We don't have a luggage scanner at the airport. We don't have a full body scanner at the airport. We equally don't have a sniffing dog at the airport. And LDA does not even have an office at the airport. So Liberia is like a free ride. Those consignments that got, those contrabands that got, you know, arrested over there was just a tip off. And according to what I'm hearing, that information came from NSA. And NSA is controlled by retired General Prince C. Johnson. Now, Liberia as a country, if at this time we don't have, you know, those basic things at the airport, and then we say we're running an immigration check at the airport, then I don't know what we're looking for. Because normally every luggage that comes into the country or that leaves the country got to go through the luggage scanner to know actually what is in there. And if you watch those documentaries about how people travel with those contrabands, Liberia is totally zero. No wonder those guys selected Liberia and was operating. Because when they look at our airports, when they look at our security system, we're still vulnerable. It's easier to penetrate Liberia's port of entry, be it airport, the borderlines, and seaport. It's very easy. Because those guys that came in with the drugs that we're talking about, those consignment came as a what? It came on the sea. And it was trying to exit the country through the airport. So it is quite frustrating that, you know, I tried to play the video, but that's why it took me a little bit of time. I tried to play the video, but it's not, you know, allow me to play on my computer. I'll work on it and play for you guys one day. But if you listen to the recording, Nyan Twaya was asking the LGA boss Diego, do we have luggage scanner at the airport? He said no. Do we have sniffy dog at the airport? No. Why? We didn't have budgetary budget allocated for that, but within this current budget, we have money for procurement, and we are working with vendors. We are trying to sign contract with the vendor. The interview I'm referring to was done during the $19 million saga, the drug saga, not this current one. Now, the president to actually know what can be done in a very soon as possible time. And this is a very alarming situation that as a country, we are still behind. Everybody just bring their bag. And this is what I've always said. The airport needs to be, you know, where the security at the airport needs to be really tightened up. It needs to be really tightened up because it's not. It has become a hustle ground where everybody go there to go hustle. You see, the other person that said that I'm going to hustle, yeah? I'm going to hustle. A serious airport will not have people roaming around like what usually happens at our port of entry. No serious airport will do that. From what I have seen and where I live, even if you are traveling through an airport, you know what's going to happen? If the car that is taking you, unless you go and park to the airport parking lot, you can't even spend quite 5 minutes. Your car can't spend quite 5 minutes parking at the airport. No. Even if you're going to pick up, you ought to go when you be in communication with the person, you park far off. When the person land and get out, get their luggage, and coming outside, and they say, "Oh, I'm coming outside," or "I'm sending outside," you go there and stop, pick the bag, put it in the car before you get in the car and go. But to say, "Oh, you go and pick up," and then you go sit down to the airport there, you can't do it. Security will drive you out. The moment car coming, if you're going, you slow down. Somebody leaving your car, you get down, you get luggage, the person enter, you pick up. But it's not so in our, it's not so at our airport. You got people standing, they're picking people back from the conveyor. As the bag comes through, people pick it up. When you go your own bag, somebody pack the bag on the other side and say, oh, what kind of bag looking for? What kind of bag? Okay, let me help you take it out. No. You should be the one to pick your own bag. Unless it's already signed by the airline that this person is probably disabled will need assistance. And that airline agent will be the one to pick those bags. Pick those bags and set it on the side on a cart. And because the person is disabled, will be wheeled out along with the bag onto their car. That's how it's been done. But for us, Liberia is the hustle ground. You enter, even if you going, you exiting the airport, you got people standing all over. Oh, where you go? You want to grab your bag? Yo, I got cartoon here, the cartoon are there. Go get the other clearance, blah, blah, blah. Everybody hustle in there. We're not saying don't hustle, but that's not how airport is run. LDA should be having an immigration that should work hands in hands. You don't have a luggage scanner when things come through. And I said it last time. These are things that we need at the airport. You get a sniffy dog. Send one of your send a couple of your people out of the country, go get them trained more, come back. They operate on those dogs. They operate with those dogs. They are assigned to you. You treat them, you don't treat them like dogs. You treat them very well. They eat. You feed them, and they are just there working. That's how the serious airport is run. But it's not so with us in Liberia. Our airport is totally upside down. That even somebody can just walk in there and go say, oh, I'm going. No, you don't do that. So it is exactly what I've said here, that the Honorable Senator was quizzing the joint security on that. Because you can't have an airport that don't have those basic needs. So everybody, people that come through. Those folks that comes into the country and folks that live in the country, you don't know what they're living with. And listen, those dogs are very trained. You will be coming, they will be smelling you. Even the one that people hold on and say, oh, they carry on bad. You come in here, the dog will smell everything, and something there, you just see the dog will just sit down. And the dog will just get signal to whoever controls the dog, and they will just pull you out. If they see there's no suspicion, they will just pull you out and say, we want to search you over there. Any luggage that comes through and they are not certified, because you see, one thing people that we don't understand, we are yet to understand like brothers, that those suitcases that comes through, those things can be tampered with. Those things are tampered with. The cloth that can be in there, those men can tear it and put something down and then sew it back. They know we don't have the luggage scanner, so it's just easy route for them. We don't have the luggage scanner, just tear it, put it down there, put clothes over it, and then they come and enter the country, or we leave the country. We don't know because we don't have the luggage scanner. I don't know whether that full body scanner said we get whether that correct full body scanner. But these are very serious issue that it should claim the authorities, both the Liberia Airport Authority and the national government, because we need those basic things at the airport. Just say, for example, I've seen a video circulating where Musa Belete was traveling. Airport worker wanted to assist him. He said, no, I'll pack my bag. I'm traveling with my bag. I don't want anybody to hold my bag. I don't know whether somebody had planned to put something in my bag. And he was right. Because the security system at our airport, it makes people afraid to even do what they have to do. So Liberia is still behind on many things. We still have open border. We are very much vulnerable. We are connected to various entry points that we don't have. Listen, when I was in Liberia, I left San Nicolas when I was going to now Nima University. When you pass Viper, you get to Vanyampa, right? There's the people from Vanyampa and the people from Guinea. The common boundary is what? St. John. You can cross and get to Guinea. We have Kino over there. You cross from there. No immigration to that place. Except right now they have immigration there, but no immigration there. Only the Ivorian, the Guineans. There's a Guinea soldier, the Guinean half soldier, but then he's on the Guinea side. He will come there and spend a little time and then go back in town. And then when they see you come entering the town, then they will call you, hey. You go there, they ask you why you here for this and that, but on the Liberian side, 0. And this is a forest area that you will have to walk for maybe from there to go to Guinea's house. So you probably walk for an hour, 30 minutes. But it's a forest area where the people that knew the common boundaries and where to go, which one shorter, which farm around, all those places. That's how vulnerable our port of entries are. There's still work to be done, and there is still work that needs to be done when it comes to Liberia, especially at that airport. If we don't have those sophisticated equipments to run that airport, we are just doing word of mouth services over there. And this is a very same airport where you get for me small thing for us is the same thing that is causing this whole chaotic thing in Liberia right now when it comes to the drug issue. Because that airport, you never get employed to that airport to be asking people for lating. You come in, they ask for lating. You leave in, they ask for lating. It will show to people that no serious-minded people down there. Because the notion you went to that airport with is to hustle. This is the major entry point. Major entry point. I want you to feel it until you can get rid of that small thing at that airport are on you. Because this is how some of you get bribed. You're sitting there for letting somebody bringing contraband, the contraband leaving with contraband, and then come to you and say, "Oh, my girl, oh my man. I mean, I guess it's a man." Yeah, even 150. They can put it there. 150. 100 after they give it to you, you let out there to go. You let out there to go. If I were any authority at our airports, nobody. The only person I want to see around that airport when plane is coming or when plane is leaving is security apparatus. If you are not an employee of that airport, don't go around that airport. And all those basic services about cleaning, this and that, give that contract. That will not be the government to do that. Give it to our contractors. Let them hire Liberians to do that one. Only those people are allowed to be inside the airport, but not anywhere around luggage. Bring those luggage scanners, those advanced equipments. Bring the sniffing dogs, the K9 dog. Bring them. Let them be there. When plane land, people coming out, only those people should be around. No matter what, it take you 30, 15 minutes. 15 to 30 minutes, that your bed be cycling around, you will get it. Then for somebody who came with a notion or are going hustle to come and be picking your bag, setting it on the side, it's quite frustrating. This is why we are so much deep into this whole thing. It's frustrating. The entire airport is vulnerable. And not just by assigning security apparatus to that airport. All of y'all, lawmakers and government officials, both House and Senate, my man, y'all need to do serious things in our country. Y'all not take your own budget then heavy. The security sector budget is very tiny. You're riding luxury car. You buy your car. I also you're buying the car. But then the people that need to be taken care of, they are not taken care of. The security apparatus. And I'll continue to talk it. You like it, Jaco, you not like it, Jaco Lanta, it's up to you. But that's the security system we have in Liberia is an area that focus needs to be on right now. Those men need to be well taken care of. You cut down your budget and add it to the security, health sector, education sector. Let's have some professional standards. You pay somebody $150 when deduct taxes, maybe $125. And one more inside to get at $125, that's trouble. And you assign that person to a major entry point. You think what that person going there to do? That hustle. Somebody who does not have a conscience, who is not conscious-minded enough to say, Liberia is my home, and how to protect Liberia, and have the notion I'm only going there to go hustle. You send that person to that airport, forget it, man. That just fiasco, nothing. The man go and say that they hustle good. But if we will pay keen attention to our security sector and have things in order, it will play a major role down the line. A very major role down the line. Major role. Because you know what? Now they know it's not just, they're not working for peanuts, but they're working for something that can sustain them at the end of the day, including they and their families. I know we're getting there. But in the long run, not even LDA or Mr. Police Director RG Cohen, one thing I want y'all to do next year, in the next coming budget year, your budget up and try to get body camera for all your employees. Get body camera. And those folks that you guys will assign to the port of entry, especially that airport, that don't mean get body camera. So I'm just sitting there out there. Mr. RG, Mr. Biago, ORC for LDA. The next budget year. Y'all put it there. Y'all need procurement for body cameras. Let our officers have body camera on, especially to the airport. Let's begin to have some standards that when people see, so that it will cut down most of the community citizens to police aggression. Will cut it down because you don't want to be on camera assaulting police, and you police don't want to be on camera assaulting ordinary citizens. You don't want to. It will save even the force, because once the people see that you got camera on, everything, and then things about to go south, you then see the recording button, your camera is recording. Things happen, they will see, oh yeah, this person was wrong. Oh yeah, the police was wrong. Oh, the police, they didn't do anything. You're putting your budget. What woman will be having about $1 million budget? $1.5 million budget. Even $500,000, but what one person doing with that money? What kind of project they want to take in so far? They just sitting there riding BB car. One man go buy over 100,000 worth of GMC with big ring. Then they say, oh, the honor roll. What kind of honor roll? What kind of law they making now? The whole day they costing us. They say you can't used to cost us. You can't not that again. You got friends at Foko. You got my old man, Mayman Bridge. Whole day they costing us in our house. Where we need to put priorities, let's put priority there. And those areas are our security sector. They need serious attention. Serious attention. Let's increase the security sector, health sector, education sector. Let's increase their budget and increase those people's salary. You give me somebody 20,000, 15,000 a month. How much is that? They're cooking for a lawmaker. It's not even make more than 20,000. Somebody that will wake up from their house in the morning, go stay in classroom and teach all day. Though these days, children that are rude, that are teaching all day. You're giving that person 20,000. 20,000 when you take out taxes, maybe the person going with 15,000. Then you say, yeah, the person taking pay. With the country that already have, people living from credit to credit. Before they go in and go get their salary, they don't credit their salary already. They go there together and give it to the thing that make Prince out, not Prince out, Sam Brandon. How you call this man? Say, free their buy. Did not make them rich today that what? The people used to go credit, the people can go credit money for them with high interest. They be teaching the men taking their money. We need to put more attention to our security sector, education, and health. And cut down the budget of those men in the house. Both House and Senate, we need to cut their budget down. And put our money to the security sector. Our AFL. I mean, nothing they're making. The money they're making is small. God forbid. The data men get back one day and say they want you happy in the country. They don't make them for now. They're not serious. Because we're not taking good care of them. Our policemen the whole day, the men on the street. You say don't father, don't hire just citizen, don't take bribe. But you put it on the street, you give me them $100 and you think that money. And you send somebody to the street, that man go hustle. All day, man directing traffic, already we get correct traffic light. The traffic light there, there's people can't abide by it. Send somebody on the street, you say don't correct bribe. You pay the person $100. Liberia, and we the one giving go hard time. We're giving up a serious hard time. Because there are things that we are to do and we're not doing it. Things that we need to put more attention on, we're not doing it. It's good. We're sending a lot of Liberians have gone out of the security sectors, have gone out of Liberia for advanced training. They are back. They are back. But let's pay keen attention to our security sector and boost the morale of our security sector and make it more, presentable. We can't have a whole country and our airport is leaking. We can't have a whole country and our airport is totally vulnerable. our port of entry are vulnerable. All immigration officers we have that are assigned to the various checkpoint. What mechanism do they have if they not do physical search? Maybe you see those Tesla that are running up and down. Borderline Tesla, you know what a man can do? They can puncture the tire and put drugs in it, and then enter the country. Now they realize that people can puncture it. People can puncture it. You know what they're doing now? They sit. The doors. Now you know that our whole thing can come out. They can take it out and put their bead in there. See they all good. They call the seat. Honor the seat. You know, some of those cars seat is a bucket seat. It's a bucket seat, which means you can the small rope is just there. You hold it and lift it up. You see the little compartment there where you can put things there. It's a bucket seat. You put them there. You know, I always say to you guys, those folks that are those cartels, they are very much smart and calculated. Smarter than even you and I in their deeds. So when we're thinking that they will do this, they're far ahead doing different things. What mechanism those guys have at a port? Maybe if it's not tip off, or maybe word of mouth from somebody say, "Oh, you search that car," or so and so person. Though it does so much. Sometimes when they are fortunate enough, they will just enter with everything and go. But we actually need to pay keen and serious attention to our security sector. We actually need to revamp our security sector and place more emphasis, more attention to our security sector. Instead of putting out big money to yourself, let's take those money and put it into those sectors to improve it and have a very strong sector. And let our men be having camera on, body camera, and be moving around. It will ease the tension. Y'all, when things happen here, y'all, all so the internet, oh, they want that, they person, y'all seeing it on internet, America. It's because the securities have what? Body camera. It records 30 seconds before, it captured 30 seconds before the main incident. So let's say somebody was talking to somebody, how the situation got escalated. Before the person turned the camera on, that event will be captured. So it's important, my people, and it's an appeal to the national government that our airport should be the airport should be our priority. Instead of looking at one man giving him $1 million budget, that $1 million, they give that man $500,000 and take the other $500,000 and put it to that airport. They cut down. Instead of looking at one man giving him $500,000, we can get that man $300,000 and take the other one, add it all to other entity and add it to their money. Because you only go to work 2 times a week. But these people, they work it every single day. You go to work 2 times a week, you sitting down there, you're costing us good. Ryan is air-conditioned cars with all the lucrative things. We in favor say, yeah. We not in favor say, nay. Up to now, we say putting our hand up. When people progressing, the pressing mic to speak. You call your name in favor. But now we put our hand up. If you in favor, put your hand up. If you're not in favor, say nay, all the things. We're using the way 1947 method, then we still using La Pro. Then we run BB car pass around, don't make up. We'll sit down to our house and be late. I want your bag until you start doing correcting in our house. And me, I tell you, we're looking here, all of y'all are not doing fine in our house, you're dead. Of course not. One time we'll start running campaign. I prefer we put women in our house that will get feeding for, you know, women get feeding for children. When you're not doing correct thing, we'll start sending Holy Ghost fire on you. Because we want our country to move forward. We don't want to be vulnerable like the way Liberia is right now. Our sector needs to be improved. Look at Ghana Port of Entry, the Ginsa. Go to San Nicolas. Go to Yekepa. Now, go to Loguato. Now, from there, go to Barclay. Ivory Coast right there. Then go to Butu, Ivory Coast. It's quite frustrating that up to this time Liberia still haven't gotten, you know, the basic necessity. That's why we are vulnerable. That's why we are vulnerable. And one thing I observed on the security side too is that crime scene, the way in which we process our crime scene. It have caught my attention to the point that we contaminate crime scene before taking precaution. And Liberians are so much used. The moment they say they want everybody now gather there, they're standing looking. They want to go closer. You know, there are, I don't know whether it's just because of America, but when it comes to crime scene preservation, that's another area that our men need to work on. The crime scene preservation, that's another area and the security apparatus need to work on. And Liberians themselves too need to give way, because those areas is not a place that you will go stand there and be looking. Like I said, you know, an accident occurred, all right? Those when you go there to help. But things like maybe you find a dead body, or maybe something happened, and then you are very much closer to those environments. You're standing looking, hey, yeah, hey, man, hey, go. Let security people come around and secure the scene and start their investigation. Even what you got to do to that place. You're not investigator. You're not security person. What you got to do on the ground. So I think it's important that we start paying attention to those areas. We start paying attention to those areas. So crime scene, we gotta preserve our crime scene. Because it's a heinous investigation. That's something that requires DNA. And a lot of people have contaminated the scene for this DNA. You can't get that DNA. Whoever did it, you can't get that person in because the scene has been contaminated. So crime scene preservation, I have seen it has been one of the things I keenly observed on our security sector. They need to improve on that. And y'all, the librarian too, y'all need to get things to those men. When things happen, don't go carry your pocket nose there and be looking. Just to go carry the thing happen, and then when you don't know the genesis. Let's allow, the law or our men to do their job without interfering with what they do. Without interfering. Because what we do, we interfere with what they do. We're not paying attention. All we are doing is just, our own thing that we're doing. But it's quite frustrating that we will still sit today and think that we're still in the 90s. I'm still in the 90s. I only have background. We ought to do something better. We ought to make things happen. It's our country, and it's all of us collective effort to make Liberia a better place. So, since y'all get all that lucrative BB thing in your possession, you please cut down your money and add it to our security sector, to our health sector, and our education sector. Because what people make, especially teachers, is still less. And they are not even on time. And what is more frustrating about it is that at certain times they say, okay, your money is to your LD components to this place. Your USD is to this place. What would somebody will live all the way top. You go Ghana for your money. Let's just say they have some kind of community bank over there. You send it, maybe LD component to next year, US is in Ghana. That man will go before he get our LD from wherever it is to come and take motorbike, come to Ghana. They will eat, sleep, and process that money. If he's spending, he or she has spent all the money. So there is still needs to even cater to those people. Without the teachers, you will not be represented today. You will not be a doctor. You will not be a nurse. Even you won't be a president. Without the nurses. Because we know for y'all, when y'all can say y'all get on plane and go to Ghana, India, other places to go get treatment. But the poor people that don't have that means to fly out of the country to go get here, y'all please cut down your money and add it to those sectors. The drugs. We get ADA office at the airport. We get no advanced equipment at the airport to detect anything. We get by hacking we bring to that airport. Everything like that. Let's go. Yeah. We're moving. We ain't doing anything good. That is the major. Sometimes I wonder, and I can think, I said, I wish they did. Because most of you that were born in the 70s, or that's it, most of you that were born in the 60s, y'all knew how Liberia looked like before the fall of Liberia. Y'all knew. And it is majority of you that in government now. And it was during your time that Liberia was the happiest state on the continent of Africa. But now you're in government. It was during your regime, during your time when you guys were coming, you also all of that. All your attention now on now. The only thing your attention on is how you will embezzle. You will eat your own and go. You think that brother elephant mean you call your own you go. Let me tell you. You might put yourself together. I don't know correct English business tonight. You're not put yourself together in our house. We'll put fire behind you. We will put fire behind you. All of you. Like I said, beginning next year, I'll start doing opinion pool. I'll start with my own men in my country one by one. I'll start with my own men honest man here. I'll start doing opinion pool. From there, I go to my same brother one by one. We'll do it. We'll say, so if you're sitting there, you're not doing anything to bring impact. I'll do it. I'll start from. They say, well, Canada begins at home. I'll start from home. Before I come to the national scene, we're looking at you one by one. With ego out. When you do correcting, we'll start singing, we'll start putting Holy Ghost fire behind you. Because you want to do the straight thing. And you know, like brother man, when they say Holy Ghost fire, we'll start saying Holy Ghost fire for you now one by one. You're going to be in that house and be cursing us. The other men too that are looking with ego out at the speaker. He alone get that budget. He drive that big car. Whole day when he get a gavel in your hand. Cody, quiet, attention, Cody, back. They daddy causing us. I'm in a management there. The children in the kindergarten section can listen more than most of the men in our house. Me, I will talk to you. I will come in your house. When you see me, whatever you want to say, you can say, but hey, I'll talk it. Y'all can go in that house to go cause me when y'all get tired. I say y'all get tired, y'all go sit down and go cause no good. Some of y'all that can get tired, we know y'all. At times y'all be sweating a very good. When saying that y'all be playing fun. And I've been elaborating people's job. Whole day you're causing us, putting one another outside. They're expelling people. We want your cut now your money and put it in our security sector, that's secure our border. We want your call your money and put it to the health sector, that revamp our health sector. We want your call your money and put it down to the education sector. That our teachers then get paid. They have advanced equipment in the country. Things that STEM program. STEM program makes, improve the education sector of students. We don't have it. Only one was recently dedicated on the 25th. And when you say that you go to that house whole day, you're causing us. Because for your own children outside the country, the learning go. Speaker then, deputy speaker then, standing pro 10. Okay. The money you're getting, when you cut it down, you cut your budget down. They have some serious thing and put it into our education sector then to so our people can have a better life. You're sitting there every day, you're flying out of that airport. I mean, your man came on, he was here, he went back. I think and the man used to laugh at you, say, you get internet power, and you don't know why, and I start to, he gone. Oh, Lord, like, bro, it's very interesting, man. Very, very interesting. So, I mean, it is quite frustrating. Very, very frustrating that when I came across this video, when Yan was asking them, I wish my computer is not messing up so that I can play this video here tonight. Because when I listen to it, it's quite frustrating that up to now, Liberia is still, Liberia don't have it. That airport is vulnerable. Everything automatic and they can enter there via they're gone. How many people are sitting there working over there every day? They're asking for lifting. When you come in the country, they ask you, who are you? Anything for your people? Anything? Cold water? You're sitting there asking for anything instead of what you went there to do. How will you not compromise? If our airport authority, I don't mean I order. First thing I know, I'll fire order them rehire. All the airport workers, if our authority to the airport, I'll fire everybody, rehire. Because the thing here is that people that needs to be working at those areas should be people that are very much, sincere and have the country at heart. Not hustlers that goes there to hustle with the intention of I'm going to hustle. The airport, man, you walk into the airport, you can get a daily bread. Because that's the notion. You go back to the airport to get a daily bread. And a daily bread now pours in a complete total mess. God will let bribery. You that keen to hustle, somebody look at and say, my man, yeah, you need 150 yet. You got my bed. You're not leaving. That 150 to talk about 500 or 1,000 US in one night. You think you're not leaving? Yeah, we didn't pay to other people. It's not that friendly. And me, I kept saying it. Beginning next year, we'll start an opinion pool. And I just said it. We'll start from district number 4. We'll start with district number 4, kind of district number 3. From 3, we'll go back to 5, 6, 7. And then we'll kind of end it to district 1. We'll start doing opinion pool. So that they will know where they stand. If somebody comes against them into me, I always say, and I'll connect with them, nobody should bring that into me, and I'm contesting for representative. All the things I'm doing here, we want a betterment of our people. So they're not to say, oh, they may want to become representative, or what they talking about representative. All the men say, no. I sit down here, I talk my thing and go. I am a pro corner. Yeah. Man, we don't want the in a downtown country, no break on our mouth. Anything they carry our mouth, we talk it. So when you do bad thing, we'll talk it. You do the good one, we'll congratulate you and say, yeah, this person doing well. So when I sit down and say, oh, they may want to become represented, and I am my book. But what I'm saying here is, what can really get to me is that, like, every day, most of those folks go to China, go to other places. They have seen how those people develop their country. They have seen it. The only development they can bring to us is bringing solar light. Election time, they can put part of solar light all over. But the main thing that they should have put their effort into it and do it, they will not do it. And I don't blame them too. I blame the electorate, because the only thing we have done is our belly. They kind of give us back around 10 hours, 15 hours. Say, yeah, that man, a good man, that man. We let them by, they go, they run away. I said, man, the only time we'll see some reasonable things happening in our country is if we can pay keen attention to those sectors and put sincere people into those places. Sincere. And I'll continue to talk on this show. Gregory Coleman. Diago. In next budget year, you're putting your budget. That don't mean they give you money. Y'all go buy camera, body camera, and let those security personnel have those body camera. Let's have it. Liberia, it's so good. It's so good that you guys have sent some Liberian security police out of the country for advanced training. They've learned. Yeah, because it is happening. People going on a daily basis to outside Morocco, Spain, and you don't know the amount of death that can occur there because what? We don't have it. People are going outside to go get a greener pasture. You know what it means? You know what it means? Well, it's quite frustrating that we are still at this point for Liberia. Well, folks, we'll continue to talk it. We'll continue to talk it. We need complete security lockdown at that airport. So things that should grab our attention. You also want most stability day to day. He never allowed nobody to touch his bags. And don't be surprised, other people will start doing it because there is no confident trust. Everybody that is people that are assigned to that airport, the only thing they after anything, any small thing, you get small thing, no cold water. Wait, how you leaving us? What do you mean how I'm leaving you? Anything there for us, any short fare? Somebody got in plane for maybe 1,000, almost 2,000, or maybe 2,000 plus to come home and say, let me go see my country. And then the person entered to the airport. What he brought for us? You know, we play a lot with a lot of things in Liberia. Let me be real. We play a lot. A lot of things, we play a lot with it. My experiences at that airport, I'll continue to talk to you. One other thing I experienced over there was the issue of the yellow fever card. Do you know that people still go to that airport to go hustle? They will carry the yellow fever card when you can't. You get it, say, stand so. How much is it? They will charge $50. And you know how much they're going to report? Probably $5 for the part that goes into their pocket. Man. The Liberia Airport Authority, and y'all got work to do. LDA in the office. LDA can squad with immigration because they both work hands in hand. The reason they are there is for drugs. Immigration, you process people entering the country. LDA is a sign. It's a sign. Should be assigned to that airport. Should have a sniffy dog. They are assigned with sniffy dogs to carry on their operation. But now, so in Mama Liberia, let's make a difference. Let's make a difference. Well, I will hold you guys right there on let's make a difference. I'm going to my home now, Nima County. I finished talking about Liberia. You know, that Nima County, that another country by itself in Liberia. And I hope that country is giving God hard time too. Nima County is giving God hard time. And I was thinking of something last night. The issue that has sparked, more tension is the issue of godfathership. I always say, the Koga and Jeremiah County, y'all better take us out of here. But it has become an issue now in the market where people counter reacting. Honestly, I can just see that your post these days I just pass by because it makes no sense. We are still sitting right here in 2026. We have roughly 2.5 years to go to general and presidential elections. We're not closer to elections. Now you're not start putting political bazooka. I want to know get to 2029 which one y'all will pull. Maybe y'all go look for Moab then to bring in for that one. Or maybe that B2 bomber y'all will bring in. But on a serious note, we are not proceeding well as a county. we become so much bitter on ourselves and not allowing peace to reign. It's not wrong to have a dialogue or an argument, but let's have the argument constructively. But it has gotten to the point now where our argument in the country is becoming so much destructive instead of being constructive. We argue. Now, last week was what? July 26th. Celebration weekend. Poker first started from where? The big daughter in, he went there, he met with the elders, and those elders got mad. They said they will stage protest, and the VP will not come down to that. And also, Belial should be removed. There are one thing I agree with those elders, that when things happen, it is not in Monrovia, it is in Nima. If they can call other people to come to Nima, equally so, the honorable VP should find a time to go to Nima and let them sit down and talk. Not in Dubai. Or not to Hefan. Hefan and Nima. But if you look at the way in which our elders are right now, they are divided. Elders should not be a political group. The elders, chief and elder council, it should be people, they are people who will look at you kolo, back, and say, they want you there is wrong. You got to apologize, or we find you with so and so. When they talking, go. And when they say that I ate. But not so. From our sacrament men in time coming up to now, forget it, man. All the element. The first thing said, no probably didn't compromise when they get in pick up. Yeah. Nobody said yours will not enjoy. But why in the world you be having pickup? You think they will not fight over the pickup? Who controls the pickup? Excuse me, on top of that, in the current regime, how many get motorbike? You think they will not fight over the motorbike? Most of them get motorbike. I watched the video when they were giving out issuing the thing and say if you get gun, you'll not get motorbike. The other person will get a motorbike, they won't not get a gun. I know of, for me, I knew few elders who were very much, who can bite their tongue. But they are laid down. And that's why I always say I blame the elders of Nimba for what is happening now. Because this other group is with this group, and this other group is with this group. When there's one, if you listen to their video, their statement last week, they said Belia told some of them if they come for Koga's program, they will be dismissed. So then what happened to freedom of movement, freedom of expression? All the problem we have in Imakane, the you that go on, it comes from your other elders. Yeah. That you the one. Because even the elders, you're not together. So how you expect your children to go together when you're not together? All right, you're taking pay. Nobody say you're not taking pay. We know. But if you're taking pay, be sincere enough and look at somebody when a person wrong, you say you're wrong. Go out, yeah, you're wrong. Don't do it again. We fine you so and so, pay a fine. Call, you're wrong. Say, you're wrong. Good, you're wrong. Just that. That's how elders behave. But all right, that I call you political elders. I mean, talking political elders. You're not united. How do you expect your children to be united when you're not together? One time I was laughing. I was laughing one time when they said it's simple Prophet Key. I think so Zoe sent for another Zoe. Okay. And then one made me to laugh when Prophet Key got rid of the other then calling me, Nima, I don't know what they're calling me for. I'm not going there. So you prophet, you're afraid of Zoe. You know, on a serious note, man, there are things that we expect the elders to handle with cautions and address issue, but the way in which they are doing things, the way in which things is going in Liberia, it shows no encouragement. It shows the division is deep. And it sometimes baffles me that all of what is happening now, if we've had elders who would just look at somebody and say, this is wrong. No matter what, say, no matter what, you put me on payroll, I agree, but this is wrong. That's not how things work. So why are you teaching us now? We should not be united. We should not be truthful. When something happens, we say not a white, we say they're black. You know, let I be. Nima. Papi, let me speak. Small girl, man. Yeah. Papi. They're not proceeding well. I mean, the speaking here, man, I said, all right, you can understand English. All right. You know, when y'all go for your pay, when I put talking to they can't talk to you, you no gear, no man, you can sign for your pay. Whatever the banker tell you over there, you can hear it clear. Bad. So I'm speaking no gear, I'm speaking no man. You can understand what I'm saying. We want you to be fair and not impartial. Because if you're you start uniting yourself. Because when you're united, we the children, we the youth, we the sons and daughters of Nima will be united. But when you're not united, we're not seeing it from you. You don't expect that unity to go across. The big division I see in Nima County now is start from you. You're the elders. It starts from you. It starts from us. Because if you guys were united, we will see it in your actions, in your words, and in your output. But anything you do when you say the other person call, they say the other person that they don't go there. The other person he part of this man, we want him among us. That's not how elders behave to one another. If you're not united, then how you expect us to be united? Y'all tell me now how you expect us. And then on top of that, the youth too have gotten into it now. Politics have engulfed everybody. Godfather. Prince Johnson was the Godfather 11. I don't know now, Papa still get the Godfather title even in the grave. Nobody godfather in that country. You're not godfather nowhere. Why not there before you begin godfather? The only for me, the only godfather I know that from Nima is the late Senator Prince Yomi Johnson. I'm the only godfather me I know. All I that claiming godfather or fighting for godfathership. They person that godfather, they person that godfather, they person that senior, they person that junior. Okay, sometimes y'all be there and be talking about they men are junior, they men are not junior. They men sort of be a they men sort of be bent, they men sort of be short. Can't come in. When the serial power reach, we will know. When I say we'll start weighing your own microscope with ego out, we'll start weighing your one by one. Me, the two senators from Nima, I know them already. And when I say I know them, I know the way in which they run their politics, the way in which they address issues, they tackle things, the policies in which they put out. I know them already. Koga is not a diplomatic politician. Koga is not a kind of politician that will beat around the bush. Nyanto is the diplomatic one. He handles things diplomatically in a sense that he wants to be diplomatic in the way he do it. For my man Koga, forget it, man. You give it to me, I give it to you right there. That does not mean he's not a good man. He is. But the style in which he takes to run his politics is not the kind of politics that will sugarcoat. Let me say it that way. He's not a sugarcoat type. But for our men, yeah. You know the party meaning that I didn't want can sugarcoat things, but yeah, don't forget to MDR Koga, man. Koga are different men. Koga are different men. You will not sugarcoat anything. So if you sit down and expect Koga to sugarcoat, forget it. You miss your own tail right there. So there's whole battle that going on in my country. And you're not putting yourself together. You're going to sit down and overlook Musa. Yeah. Listen. Bede came as well represented. He used chaos violence. Bede started the political thing. He gaining momentum bit by bit. You're not put your act together. Y'all don't be surprised to see Bede putting out a lot of representatives from Nima County. Boris Badier has joined Bede. You know where he focusing? He can't venture in Berlin. He focusing on the Booyah belt. So he tried to build a solid base in Booyah. He getting those top old men from Booyah. And then y'all sit there and say we want Nima Unity. Nima Unity fall from the sky and say, yeah, Nima, we are united. Yeah, you're not start working together. All they rig my road. If we can't put our act together and just say, oh yeah, it will happen. It will not happen in a fiasco. Nothing fun will happen because you're not paying attention. The only thing you're after is politics whole day. How this person this, how this person that. And the unity you want is not happening. Developmentally, we're moving ahead. Infrastructure, we're making progress. But when it comes to politics, we're giving God hard time in my country. We're giving our Papa hard time. I know that Papa, we were to just go and be with our brother and sister in Israel because they're where we came from. Then I want God will know yet that the Israeli didn't hear. But I know why the Papa got bring I don't know why the baby got a drawing in Liberia, Nima County. We're sitting there giving ball hard time. We are still counting and we're behaving like this. I want to see in the long run, maybe we will not be alive by that time. But our generation, maybe if they say we decided to be a country on our own. Forget it, man. That day, that time, Nima County, forget it. On a serious note, we the youth, if the seniors or the elders are not making a difference, we the youth, let's make the difference. Let's prove to them that unity is more important than division. Y'all leave Jeremiah Kuhn. Y'all leave Samuel Koga. Y'all leave all of them. Don't mean we know where they can pass. You ask the two and say, Koga, the VB can say, Koga, man, brother, I ain't got problem with Koga. Koga will tell you, say, I ain't got problem with the VB. That God is supporter now causing all the troubles. Then one of the things too that I saw Apostle laughing was former CMC candidate Mike Bloom, former CI of Nima. Now he posts. Yeah. Now he posts. I don't know what else someone else saw it, but now he posts. I will call him. Up to now, we know what Mike saying, whether Mike is CMC man or now with CMC, we know. But Mike not post. It caused another controversy again. First, he said the Honorable Senator can't speak to him. Secondly, the second one I saw, it says the Honorable Senator is causing confusion over the bringing confusion between he and the Vice President. Why can't we be a mediator if we're seeing those things happening? That's why I said it last time to the Honorable Super. I said, you're doing well tremendously. You're putting Nima County on the map. Nima, people are learning from Nima now. But one thing I expect from you, or I would like for you to do, is all this Rickman Road are going, you the man, sit back. You hold President to on your own. You hold Preso. Don't let them man the soup. But you president, you know, country here and say, governor, you governor. When you see the thing happening, step to play the moderate role. Don't join them. So I think Honorable CMC candidate start. I don't know where my man stand right now. Maybe he hanging one side, or maybe we'll see different trend. My man, when we see those things happening, let mediate. Let mediate instead of adding more fuel to the fire. Let mediate. That's what we should do. Because there's too much attention. It's political agitation, and if care is not taken, it will lead us into different problems. You know, politicians are feeding this whole thing that I think that we, by this time, we should know what's better. We should not unite on the line of soccer. We should not unite on it just on the line of soccer. We should not. Soccer is not the only thing. It's not only content me that we will all be united on a field of play. We can't meet over, we will take our political weapons. Me, I could never tell you, you're not put yourself together. Bro, our problem, you're not put yourself together. And stop there too much of yaka. Now, y'all don't want to video because y'all will sit down there, people will penetrate. And at the end of the day, if we are new, man, it'll be late. I want the people can say, better consumer, to crying boy. Don't ask me for a mini round. Well, folks, it has been a very pleasure night here with you guys. And to us, to all Libyans, Liberians, that little country, the country that turned 179 years, the oldest on the continent of Africa, they stay behind with a lot of things. And I think we ourselves have to put ourselves in the position to help improve, uplift our home. That is our home. Nobody is coming to build that without us. I mean, without us. We got to build. We got to do what we need to do to uplift that place. It's not a rocket scientist, but you and my dear people. My Libyans, my elders, we're begging your people. Y'all, please, 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 please. Keep the peace. I know our Papa will be holding in his grave when all this noise is ongoing. He'll be holding in his grave. We all united and give that old man a befitting burial. And then after that, on top of that, we hear arguing. I hope you read that. Y'all continue what you're doing? And I'll end with this one. The district league commenced on Saturday. Nema County District League will start on Saturday. I wish all the team very well from District 1 up to District number 9. But I know District number 4 will win. Because from what I'm seeing so far, looking at the preparation, I think District number 4 stand a better chance to win this year. Let me get my man Harrison about talking fun. You'll see what I will do to him. Because I know he part of the steering committee in District number 3. Well, it has been a pleasure with you all here tonight, and I beg to take my leave. It's wonderfully. It's about 6:41 my time. I know it's about 10:41 Liberian time. God's willing, will be on your airway again, and don't go away from us. We will be here on a daily basis to tell you guys what is unfolding in Liberia. Hopefully, God's willing, we'll be back. But we still need to. We still have work to do at our airport. We still have work to do. Serious work to do. Liberia is still vulnerable. Let this claim the attention of the central government to make sure that we have stronger security measures at those airports. I want to say thank you to all of you. God's willing, I'll be back on your airway. Have a good night. Bye from my end.